If you want to be in the top 1%, you're going to have to do things that 99% of people are too dumb and or too lazy to accomplish that level. And, if you did that, you could do more.
Just had a quick question for you, just very curious in your thoughts, and under what circumstances and kind of what scenarios do you end up staying up and keep working on whatever project that you're working on versus going to sleep as per your usual sleep schedule? And how often do you make that decision to stay effective?
It's a good question, and I have an unorthodox answer that most people won't like, but I get momentum during the day. I get momentum on projects, and there's times where if you keep working on a project, you might have more productivity in the next hour than you would if you spent 5 hours tomorrow. You just have great momentum, and if you save years of your life that way. If you're willing to stay up for that extra hour or two, that might save you a whole day. If you're in the right headspace and you're getting shit done. Because some people want to sleep 8 hours a day, and that's fine. That's not the path of somebody that's going to have a lot of financial independence in their future. It's just not. So, more than I like my dreams, more than I like laying in bed like a baby, daydreaming or actually dreaming, I like my goals even more. I like my goals more than I like my dreams. So I like to get up and get shit done. And, a dream is something. Let's talk about dreams versus goals. A dream is something that everybody had as a child. All of us had little dreams. You were a child, and you watched some cartoon shit on television, and you had a little dream about a Smurf or an elf or the Easter Bunny or whatever other fictition, and you had a beautiful little dream, and it was sweet and cozy. And 40 minutes later, you woke up in a puddle of piss because you're a fucking baby and you just pissed the bed. And then you cry for your mommy to come wipe you up because you're a fucking baby and you just pissed the bed. And that's fine. But if you're an adult that's serious about accomplishing shit, then maybe you got to spend a little less time dreaming for a period of your life. Maybe you got to be a little bit sleep deprived and actually go get shit done. So now some people can't function that way, and they cry and hey, success is not for everybody. Not everybody's going to be in the top 1%. 99% of people are not going to be in the top 1%. 99% are not going to be in the top 1%. And the top 1% is not fucking rich, by the way. The top 1% of income is only about $470,000 a year. In the U.S., not in the world, in the U.S. In the wealthiest country in the fucking world, the 1 percentile income is only about $470,000. And you still got to pay taxes out of that. And what's left is less than $1,000 a day. So there's days in the stock market that I make a lot more money than that. There's days in the stock market, about the best I ever did in the stock market is $2.5 million in a day. There's times in the stock market where I've lost over $1 million in a day. And I'm in a pretty good mood either way. I don't really get butthurt when I have a bad day, and I don't get too excited when I have a great day, but I'm a little happy if I'm up a lot of money. But I'm like, all right, are we making the right decisions? Is there some action item that I have to work on today? No, which continue on the path. All right, cool. So I wouldn't be in that position if I was worried about my sleep. And, I get to sleep more now. In my 40s, I get to sleep more. In my 20s or 30s, if you value your sleep more than your goals, you're not going to accomplish the highest level goals. Maybe with the exception of if you're a professional athlete, where you have to, your body has to be well rested to perform optimally. If you're a pro athlete, then I guess it's important to get your sleep. But if you're a business person, there's going to be times where it'd be better for you to stay up 2 extra hours and work on your business. It'd be better for you to stay up at 3 extra hours and read the most boring and dull analyst reports and financial statements. And if you're willing to do that when your competition's not, well, you're going to have outcomes that they're not going to have, aren't you? So it's always amazing to me that people have this fantasy that you're going to have exceptional outcomes while engaging in normal people behavior. It's always extraordinary to me that somebody thinks that. How would you have extraordinary outcomes while doing average shit? If you want to have exceptional outcomes with consistency, you're going to have to do things that other people wouldn't do. If you want to be even in the top 1%, which is a fucking joke, by the way, if you even want to be in the top 1%, you're going to have to do things that 99% of people are either too stupid or too lazy to do. Or both. They could be stupid and lazy. But if you want to be in the top 1%, you're going to have to do things that 99% of people are too dumb and or too lazy to accomplish that level. And, if you did that, you could do more. And at some point, you'll wake up and you say, well, my life is paid for and I can kind of do what I want. And then it's not too painful, by the way. The painful part is when you have to do a lot of shit that's miserable because you feel like you have to do it, So I found it much more pleasant to do difficult things when you don't think of it as a sacrifice, or somebody's not telling you have to do it, but you're making a conscious decision to make an investment in a better future. So other people call that a sacrifice. Oh, I sacrificed so much. No, you didn't, dumbass. You made an investment that you decided to eat a little extra shit today so you could have more gold and strawberries in the future. So you could have more whatever nice shit that you might want to have in your life. So I don't know. There's plenty of people. They're all poor. I don't know one rich person that they might disagree with me on TV or some shit because it doesn't sound nice to say that. But in real life, if you're in the green room, in the back room at a studio, they say, well, I know you're right and I had to do that too, but people don't like to hear about that. So they'll go on television and lie to you about what was necessary. But I don't know one person that's extremely successful that did normal people shit and that led to extraordinary success. That's not how it is. So inside the 10 Commandments programs, there's, 30 or so champions. I did interviews with over 100 world champions in various sports. About 30 of them are inside that program. And you don't get to do normal shit and have extraordinary outcomes. They make that quite clear. And thankfully I got that note, at least 25 years earlier that, if you can't outcompete the people in your current environment, you're not going to be qualified to go to the next level. And, you might have to, depends what your goals are, If you're okay having normal people outcomes, then you don't need me. Go do it by yourself. If you're okay with middle class income, go do it by yourself. I think it's a joke when somebody makes $100,000 and they think, oh, that's not so bad. I'm making more than double what normal people are making. But what would happen if you really applied yourself? If you were smart enough to do that, what would happen if you really applied yourself? The guy that's making $100,000 could be making $100,000 a month instead of $100,000 a year. You're going to be rewarded for the quality of problems that you're able to solve. And people are scared to deal with difficult things, but those difficult things are the barriers to entry that separate you from others and that make you stand out relative to your competition. And I don't know, it doesn't have to be nice in the short term. If you can say nice words to yourself and get extraordinary outcomes, that's really pretty, that's beautiful, that's really nice, that's great. But I'd rather you tell yourself every day for 12 years that you're not living up to your full potential, and incessantly ask yourself 100 times a day, what can I do? What else could I do? What else could I do? I have 30 seconds free. What can I get done in 30 seconds? I'm waiting for an Uber. The Uber is going to be here in 2 minutes. What can I get done in the next 2 minutes? All right, let me respond to a couple messages. Let me read 2 more paragraphs in that report I was reading earlier. Now you're in the Uber. All right, now read the rest of the report. And if you've just filled those extra moments that people they just let them be idle, or they listen to music. You know what I do when I get in a fucking Uber? The first thing I do is I tell them, hey, turn that music off. I need you to, please, not down, because sometimes they'll turn the music down. I said, no, not down, turn it off. Press the power button, turn the music off. That's the first thing I say when I get in the vehicle. And I don't like these distractions. So everybody wants to fill their head with distractions and noise. And I think it's a big mistake. And when everybody else is listening to, I don't even know what a popular song is at the moment, because I don't listen to any of that shit. So when everybody else is listening to the same pop song for the 105th time, I feel sorry for their future. It's going to be bad. The whole thing's going to be bad. Does that make sense, Constantine?
Yeah, for me, it's I'm getting to that point where every single minute is I'm just utilizing to the best of my ability, and I'm pretty close. So
If you do that for a period of time, it'll be so obvious to you the separation that's happening from your former peers, your former friends, versus the where you'll find yourself even in a couple of months' time. There'll be moments of frustration where you'll second guess your behavior, but if you do that for 6 months, you'll see so much separation that you'll a wise person would double down on that. And if you did that for 2 years, you'd see such a chasm of separation that those people could never catch up with you again, no matter what they did. They can't catch up; they're too far behind. So for those of you that are nerdy enough to visualize like a chart of exponentiality, exponential growth, you're farther up that growth curve. That even if they did the exact things you did, and they just started 2 years later, you're growing at a higher rate of change than they are. And you're still spreading away. Even though they're working just as hard, they just started later, you're still gaining farther and farther and farther away from them. And, you don't have to die the richest person in the world or something. That's not a goal of mine. I don't need $1 billion. I might get $1 billion over time. Inflation's on my side, but there's no way that I miss 300 million. That's kind of the number I have in my head at the moment. I could find, 300 million or so. And maybe you can find a lot more, but with those numbers, you ain't got to stress about it. You could buy what you want. You can do what you want. You have total control of your time. And more than I'm excited about spending time with the wrong people, this is a fun social group that a lot of us are going to go get significant money together. And if somebody doesn't want to come, fuck them. I don't mind. The results you'll be experiencing in terms of your financial prosperity, intellectual prosperity, your options in your dating life, your options in your social circle, it's just night and day. It couldn't be more stark. It couldn't be more stark of a life of being around the best people in society that are really doing things, people that you're proud to be associated with, people that you're proud to contribute to their success in some little way, versus the bleak, the dull, grim bleakness of some underperformer, underachiever. You don't want to be in that spot. That's no fun.
I was living on my coach's living room on a mattress. I ended up just bouncing at a bar. I'd been a cop. I quit my job. And
Derek Moneyberg presents 10 Commandments of Wealth.
Took the gamble on myself to become a successful professional fighter and make it to the UFC or Pride, and at the time. And
am I making a sacrifice right now, or am I just investing in a better future? So it's easier for me to make those decisions when I think about it. Is like, oh,
yeah, absolutely. And now that you mention it, having to actually really process and think about it, I think that word sacrifice is kind of like, I believe it's the word that the ones at the top kind of use to make everyone else feel better about it. Because when you're at the top, now you realize that was an investment.
Was everything just golden and easy and handed to you, or do you have a little struggle yourself along the way?
No. Yeah, in 2013 and 2015, I was living out of my car, full time, and I was too proud to ask for help. Like, how ridiculous is that? You're living out of your car and you think you know it all. And 2015, that's when I kind of I knew that I didn't know it all. So why not find experts in that and really shortcut that? I thought I was going to just chip away. I thought I was just going to read books till I was an expert. I never really talked to anyone that actually did it.
It's been about a week since I've joined the 10 Commandments of Wealth program, and there's so many interviews that are offered in this program. I'm inside the Derek Moneyberg 10 Commandments of Wealth program. This is an awesome program that you're gonna love. I'm gonna use the principles and the knowledge from this program to help me boost my leads in my marketing firm. Buy this program, it's a wonderful investment for your future. You won't regret it, and you'll absolutely love it.